Hey everyone, how's it going? What's up, Dunker? What's up, Maiden? Thanks from Italy. You're welcome, my dude. Dude or do that. Okay, let's take a look at what's been going on with Bitcoin for the last few days here. What's up, CMTA? What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, so we reversed the daily. Yeah, looks like we might be dumping. We're gonna see, but I'm gonna take a look at what's going on here. First, I'm gonna look at NQ. I'm interested to see what NQ is doing. Huh. It's crazy that NQ is still moving up. What up, Blazos? Ooh, bleeding purple heart? What's up, man? I think it's absolutely effing insane. This look to me, I'm gonna tell you, this looks very suspicious. I will say that. This looks very effing suspicious. But, you know, it is what it is. Although we did hit a weekly hold. So, like, it's not like shocking. You know, last time we hit a weekly hold, it was like, this weekly hold, this one's untouched. Let's get rid of some of these. This one is a they're all kind of doing that, you know what I'm saying? But this is the big daddy. This is the big one to get over. I don't know if we're going to be able to get over this. I have some doubts in me mind. Let's do a fresh NQ chart to all the levels. Fuck off. What do we got down there? Daily hold. A little 15-minute. So this must be like a 4-hour origin right here, right? It's right here. Yeah, it's kind of... No, it's actually not any of those. It's right here, and then it breaks over. Is there some kind of hourly level that we're not seeing? Fuck off, TradingView, with your ads, man. Fuck. Like, it's so bad. Fuck off. Fucking ad space, man. It's such a cancer to the world. And TradingView, man. How am I doing, Bobby? I'm doing good, yo. Doing real good. Working on chart raiders. I'm working on chart raiders like crazy. We got like a lot of stuff going on chart raiders. You know what I mean? Man, I wish I could show some. Like, I so badly want to show some of it. Let's go take a look. Can we show anything? Well, like if everybody waits for July, they'll see all of it. That's not what people want to hear, which I understand that. But, you know, that's what it is. I just don't want to show off like the new designs. I want to have it so that, like, I'm looking at the new designs right now, and I'm going through, like, can I show any of this? Like, not really. Like, look, here's the thing. Could I? Yes. Will I? No. I just want it to be a surprise. I want, when people see the new chart raiders, like the new version, realize that we haven't gotten a new version of chart raiders in like 4 years, and I've been working really hard to design the new version. So, like, I'm pretty happy with it right now. I'm pretty happy with the new design of chart raiders. I think it's going to change a lot in day trading. I think people are going to look at it and be like, holy shit, this is what day trading's supposed to look like. And I'll be like, yep. Yeah, okay, so we got some origin loving up here. We got a weekly, got a monthly. Hey, I said turn red. Fuck off with it, man. There we go. So you go weekly, that... Yeah, looks like we're still moving up. Maybe not, but... I hope this thing dumps down to the ground and burns into a fury of fire. Stuff is so good. I'm really keen on getting through skill tree. I'm just reading the book at the moment. Yeah, skill tree's hype. Listen, here's the goal with chart raiders, okay? The goal with chart raiders is to create the world's most advanced education for day trading. We do that. We create the world's most advanced education for day trading, and we've already done it, but we need to continue that journey, right? Like, we need to continue doing that. We need to continue making more. I've got so many plans for the skill tree and all that stuff. Be adjust now. F that. Just for contract changes? No. You don't want be adjust on. I don't know why mine is on. You don't want anything on. You don't want any kind of like, yeah, we'll redo the top side here. You don't want any of that on. I swear to God, you reset your trading view. But I'm wondering, adjust for contract changes. We need to get before we actually take that off, I want to see the literal definition of that. I want to see what it says about that. Adjust all previous contracts to match the current price level, removing the gap in trading. Yeah, you want that on, I think. Because all it's doing is smoothing out the price. Yeah, that's fine. You do want it on. Yeah, you do want it on. Because it's not actually changing the data. It's just smoothing out the price gaps and getting all the closed contracts. Adjust all previous contracts to match the current price level, removing the gap. Ideal for long-term analysis using technical and historical data without price gaps. If you, okay, so when to use it? If you need to see the exact price at which a trade was made on a specific contract. So this is a reflection of the price. So these are actual prices, as to where be adjust off would be not recorded prices as well. So this is recording all prices. For NQ1, it kills the artificial gaps. So yeah, that's fine. You can use be adjust. Yeah, good call out. Spot on NQX. Let's take a look. Yeah, you actually don't want it on. Yeah, that's a good call. Yeah, you don't want this on. It doesn't matter what the contract changes are. Actually, that's a good call. If it's not aligned with NQ1, then you're right. You absolutely don't want it on. Yeah, you would not want this on. Yeah, if it's deviating from if it's deviating and it's just showing like a price difference on the futures only, then you absolutely don't want it on. And let's actually go take a look. On NQX. Reduced value index, TMAC, settle, reduced value. These are reduced value index though. And if you, yeah, because that's only adjusting the gap, because NQ1 is actually the leading contract. So NQ1 is actually the real price. So let's go back. There's no be adjust here. Okay, that's fine. And then you go to NQ1. You'd actually want be adjust on. Yeah, you do. You do want be adjust on, because the price follows the E-minis. The spot level on NQX doesn't matter. You want it to be the leading contract. You want be adjust on. Still trading top step? No, that shit is so crooked and broken. And this is a problem. This is a problem with trading software right now is that when you have things like this, like be adjust for contract changes, it's a feature that they've added to accommodate their interpretation of what the data is supposed to be recorded. Because at the end of the day, TradingView is just a fancy Excel sheet. So they add these features to adjust things, and it's just not accurate data. This is going to be something I'm going to take great pride in when we create Rate Engine to make our own version of candlesticks, like 3D candlesticks, and how to move forward in the future. This is going to be something I take great pride in actually going and finding out the correct way, because I'm going to dump a whole bunch of time and resources into finding out the correct way to have this, and then we will make a one standard for the industry that is real, and it's not like this million options, because there's tons of people with options. I see more questions in chat right now about it. What about call it a previous candle close? That's in settings, if I remember, under, I think it's under canvas, if I remember. I know it's somewhere in here. Status. It's not. Maybe it's scale and lines. Countdown to bar close plus button. I know I've seen that option. No overlapping labels. Where is that option? I'm pretty sure I have it off. Oh yeah, it's right here. Have it off. Yeah, have it off. You want to have that off. You don't want it to adjust anything automatically at all. Level on the bottom should be a daily OG. Down here? Which level are we talking about? This? Can't be that. This? This? Yeah, I'm not sure what level you're talking about. I'm talking about this. This. You're talking about this to go to the weekly. Because you've got first test, second test. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that. That's a good ladder point. Nah, good call up. A nice one, dude. Be adjust off. No, leave it on. Leave it on for trading. And so here's what I'm going to say about be adjust. To me, it looks like it's supposed to be on. We're going to dump a bunch of resources in chart raters to actually go and data mine all of these things to find the right standard. That will be something that I take great pride. It's one of the things I have a problem with all of these different softwares, is that like TradingView or any of them that do charting, they have a million options and nobody knows what the standard is supposed to be. We won't have those kind of options in chart raters. We will just have what is the truth of the charts for the data, and that's it, because that's all you need. All of these extra options, like look, you could come to this conclusion where a bunch of them look right, may line up with your levels, may feel right, may look right, and then at the end of the day, who actually knows what is correct and what is not correct? Like, that is one of the points with chart raters that we will tackle, is like, okay, I'm gonna tell some stories. Okay, back in the day, Bitcoin used to be oh god, I don't even remember the name of the ticker now. XBT. Yeah, XBT. This used to be Bitcoin back in the day, and XBT was the actual contract you were supposed to use, and it changed when Binance, because this used to be BitMEX's contract, right? And it changed when Binance started getting more volume to Binance USDTP, and then there was like this whole XBXT thing. What is this? XBT? BXBT, I believe it was, which was then the new one to use. And then there was this like battle between XBT, Binance, and then it flipped to BXBT, and then it was like BXBT, Binance, USDT.P, and it's just like there's all of these tickers, and really we don't need to have this kind of confusion in the industry. We just need a standard that is being used, instead of someone who's like, because it's almost made for influencers to be like, oh, you know, this is the one we use now because it's the new popular one, and it's like, unless someone's telling you this, how the fuck is the public supposed to know? Like, isn't that the exchange's job, is to give you data that you can rely on? Because to me, I just want to trade Bitcoin. Like, I don't give a fuck about the price on a million different exchanges. Like, fine, if I want to go trade on MEXC, then fine. You know, MEXC, BTC, USDT, right? Like BTC, USDT, P on like whatever, like BitGet or this or that. Like this is a standard that shouldn't be being used. The problem is that every single white label exchange you see, Mexi, BitGet, all of them, just list them all. I don't care. Bybit, OKX, Bitfinex, like ZoomX, whatever the F this is, Deribit. All of these are using a version of index, and index just takes the averages between X amount of exchanges. And so like the index that they use in whitelisting is like Binance, OKX, and I don't know what the other one is that they're using right now. I'm assuming it's like, what's that other really popular one? It starts with like, is that KuCoin, or what the hell's that other really popular one? I think it's KuCoin. But anyways, they average the result, and it's like there needs to just be one chart. They instead of like all of these, because the problem is not only with the exchanges, but it's also a problem with the it's a problem with the exchanges, and it's a problem with the softwares like TradingView, because nobody knows what you're supposed to use. And it's like, dude, like, can we not just get like one standard across the industry so people can stop losing money? Because the confusion makes people lose money. And that's where I have a problem. All of these systems are designed to make people lose money, because people who make money aren't paying for services. People who make money aren't paying the exchange fees. People who make money aren't, like, if everybody were making money in these industries, guess what would happen? You would have nobody buying anything. People would never try to change what they're doing. Do you realize that with variance increases profit? So when there's like variance and they try to convince you to go buy this new feature and do this, like, variance creates profit. So when people aren't successful, they start looking to, oh, maybe I'm trading wrong. Maybe I need these extra features. Oh, maybe I need to swap and not trade Bitcoin, go trade altcoins. Variance, 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 lost funds, lost funds, lost funds, lost funds, profit, 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 profit. Fuck all of that. So like, that's one of the big things I'm really excited for chart raiders, for us to get into Raid Engine, which we're starting building this year. We've already started building it, but like, to do 3D candlesticks, we have to launch chart raiders, because I need to scale up the team, and we need to have like a much bigger we need to have a much bigger budget for that. So like, as soon as chart raider starts making money, we'll look into doing that, right? Like, that's going to be a pretty important part of chart raiders' future. That's what you're looking at on NQ right now. The breakdown is here. So you have the weekly, you struggle to get above it, you go over it, you test this 4. So this 4, so you have a weekly here. And I'm not fucking around with plus oneing verbally, I'm just calling them as a color. You have the weekly here, you hit the 4, reject, pull back, go attack the daily, pull back, try to ladder the hold right here. So now you're laddering a 1 hour hold to try to gain. You get the rat, you don't end up going up. I'm assuming there's a 15-minute here that stops you, right? Like, that's what would have to be if you've got a backside 15. It's not even a 15, maybe it's a 5 origin. Anyways, locally it doesn't matter, but something would be here, or like it'd be a 5, right? And backside 5, yeah. So like right here, backside 5, tests it, tries to break up, has a close, fails the move, doesn't actually get over, whatever. This is probably like a 3-minute right here, so it fails to ladder, it's 3. I'm assuming that's what this is here. Yeah, it fails to hit the break on the 3, or did it hit the break on the 3? No, it failed to hit the break and then it gapped down. That's fine. So that's all. That all checks out. It's no big deal there. And then, you know, right now, obviously, you're hitting 4-hour break levels, so 1 hours or 15-minute origins are what your target's going to be. So you laddered this move, so now you're looking for a 15-minute origin, right? So you're going to say this probably polarized the move above, which it does, and then you're down here, and this is holding it down. So you can see it's like trying to get up, it's laddering its move here, it's trying to get up. You may have a 5-minute there that's been holding it as well, so you're just time frame down. So 5-minute is continuing to hold it, so you got a 5-minute, and 15 minutes unable to get gained, and now you're just reversing that 15. So that's pretty straightforward on NQ. You just ladder the 15-minute levels. Next, the short will be like right here, here or here. It's not even making it. Maybe the 5 is also protecting that as well. 5-minute rat, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's still laddering the move though, so let's see how that goes. What up?
What up?
I got a homeless straggler that just strolled in.
Yeah, I came to disrupt the stream.
Wait, don't we have like a full screen?
What do you mean?
No, it's not that. I'm scared to click these different things because one of them is gonna like show chart raiders, and I'm gonna be like, fuck, I was supposed to do that. Not this one.
But like,
Not this one. Oh look, there you are. You're dancing.
Okay, what is that?
Let's see it again. Where is it? Come on.
I don't know. You have to press play, I think.
Where's the play? No, that's what it is. It's not.
Oh,
Okay,
sorry.
right there.
But like,
Okay, no, that's my cue.
No,
but like,
Why?
why not? Because you were laughing one time and I recorded it.
but like,
It's called Alex Gasm.
but like,
I think there's actually audio that plays too.
I think I know.
And it's like, ha 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 ha. You sound like an absolute gremlin. But yeah, when we start developing Raid Engine, we're gonna like solve all these like stupid issues where you have the price being different, all these options, be adjust, auto leveling, all this shit. It doesn't make sense. I was explaining to them like all the options on TradingView and how they're just, there's no like one set standard for the industry. Like, look here, I'm gonna show you this. So like there's this option called be adjust right down here, and I have it on, and everybody's like, turn it off, and I'm like, well, no, I don't think so. You turn it off. Look at how much it changes the charts. Look what my levels were.
I actually just recorded a rant about this.
Look at that. Look at how much it changes them. But it's like, and I was just explaining to people that this type of variance creates profits, because everybody's like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Maybe I need these extra options. Let me go buy this TradingView package, has all these extra things. And then it's like, that didn't work. Let me change from Bitcoin to altcoins. That's not working. Like, variance equals profit
Oh yeah, for
for
sure.
traders. Confusion equals profit. Variance equals profit. So
Oh yeah, like I literally just recorded a video about this.
all right, go ahead and turn on your mic if you ever want to chime in. There, your mic is on. You have the power.
Oh, you gave me the power. Yeah, no, I just
I
recorded.
reinstated your powers.
Okay. I actually just recorded a video about this, about how the trading industry just wants you to feel dumb, because then you spend
Yeah,
more
straight
money
up.
and lose more money when you feel dumb, and then you think something is wrong with you.
Yeah, straight up. So like I was just explaining that with chart raiders, what we're gonna do is we're gonna have like a big push on the raid engine, which like as soon as we start making profits, we're gonna be able to start the development team on developing raid engine. Because we have to scale up the team. We need like multiple
Yeah.
people working on it. It is a
It's
big
huge.
goddamn deal.
Mhm.
It's massive. So like that'll be fun because we can actually just set a standard up, because all this is just an elaborate Excel sheet with, like, you work a ton with Excel. Isn't this basically just Excel with a GUI? Like
Yeah,
all these
it's
data
like- yeah,
points, and it's just
essentially.
Excel with a GUI with options.
Yeah, it's not anything
Yeah.
crazy. It's just pulling data.
You do software dev like crazy.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, so it's just, yeah, I'm not a fan. Oh, you can say that. I got dark synth on. This shit is this is pumping right now. This is called Leather Temple. Okay, I don't know. There's not much to do on NQ right now. Like, it's attacking break levels. It looks like it's moving down. What do people want to know? Do you guys want to know where the shorts are? What do you want to know? Because like I can give a quick little opinion on that. But yeah, honestly, when you lose this polarity here, I think the move is already over. I think you needed to already be in shorts.
Yeah, is it too late for a short? I have a funded account that I have to get moving on, but I haven't looked at the charts yet. We only talked about the charts.
Yeah. Am I still trading Top Step? No, I'm not trading any funded accounts. Funded accounts are such a scam. No matter what site you go on, there's always people with stories. And you know, the thing is, like, I think back in the day, we were all brainwashed to be like, oh, let's not listen to these stories and let's just see what our own experiences are, because people are disgruntled. I think over time, I do think that is true. I think over time, the amount of scams different industries have pulled, and the amount of times that people were right, including the presidential shit that's going on right now, the amount of times that people were right, I think we need to just start listening to people. So now when I reflect back about hearing, oh, well, I didn't get my payout and this and that, I typically just lock that into like, yeah, you probably did something fucking stupid. Like, I'm not going to listen, because unless I experience it for myself, like, that's typically what it has been. But then, I don't know, man. With all the stories you hear, you're better off just believing people.
And it's not even about the stories though on Top Step. Like, I was looking at my account and I made, like, when we did that thing, when I learned how to day trade, like right after
yeah.
I was trading on it, right?
Hit reset.
Yeah. So I've withdrawn about $4,000.
Yeah.
But they're monthly, like, it's like I had to do chargebacks for
Me too.
$3,000.
They hit me with like all these random things.
Yes.
I was getting charged for like 6 accounts.
There was
and
one-
I didn't have any open.
Exactly.
Because I canceled them on their old platform. Then they went to this
Yeah.
new platform,
Yeah.
reactivated everybody. Like, go fuck yourself, dude.
Yeah, it's a bit of a scam. Even for me, it wasn't the old platform, new platform. It's just the fact that if you blow an account, how you have to like manually go and cancel it. If not, they auto recharge you $150 a month, even if you don't pay to go and reactivate it.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
a scam.
That's a scam. Like, sorry, but theft.
You're talking about this CMTA? There's a weekly there, dude. This is a weekly level, man. You've got a weekly right here. Even this is it's a weekly level. No matter which way you slice it, it's still a weekly level with be adjust on or off. It's still a weekly level. So like it doesn't matter which way you slice it. You've got a weekly level there. I wouldn't consider that proof enough. I would consider what you're testing on the top here to be proof. With all of that said, I will give a definitive answer on chart raiders when we have NQ on chart raiders. We will just have the correct data because I'll sit there and data mine it till I find the exact perfect piece. And then part of our job at chart raiders will to be constantly staying on top of that and making the adjustments we need to have one chart without options that people just use. So there's no more confusion, no more options, no more shit like this. So like be adjust on or off, whether it's right or wrong, this is a temporary issue since chart raiders paid matches are coming in July. So, you know, and then raid engine will be coming, you know, sometime after that, 2026 or 2027. So yeah, temporary problem anyways. I would just look at the top at what's tested and where the pullbacks are happening. Because when I look at the top and I see the test of a 4-hour pullback, the test of a daily, and pushing through the weekly and back testing weeklies, and then a second test on this daily level, it confirms for me that B adjusted is supposed to be on. But listen, I could be wrong. Doesn't mean I'm right. It means just what I'm seeing on my screen. And I don't fuck with this because honestly, it's all just a scam anyways. So you like on chart raiders, when we make raid engine, like I said, we'll clean this up, sort this out, and make a standard for everybody to use because we'll have NQ on chart raiders.
Yeah, that's gonna be exciting.
Yeah. Raid engine is gonna be huge. We have started floating ideas for raid engine. Let's do some Bitcoin charting while we're doing this. There's not much for NQ here, I don't think. I'm gonna catch up on chat before I move on, and then we'll look because I don't, you know, if there's people who want to know shorts or longs, it's fine. But problem on props also trade08 versus Rhythmic, yeah, different price. Yep. Compare the spot price on NQ. Yeah, got that. Be adjust even the dailies and older events. Yep. And again, you could be right. I just don't want to sink time into it. Thanks, Italy. What up, man? My side of the world tears. What's up? Really keen on getting through the skill tree. I'm just reading the book at the moment. Okay, we got to talk about skill tree. I need everybody's opinion. We can't make the skill tree free forever. We've let it be free for the week or two that it's up and let people get some free lessons and stuff. And the same with the AI. The AI won't be free forever because the data costs are like insane. Last month, just to host matches, we got hit with like 6K of AWS fees. And Chart Raiders is a completely free product. So I can't be paying just in match data, like $70,000, $80,000 a year for match data. And then also you add lessons on there, that's going to double that price because that's a big hit too. You're talking about 200K a year to run just the software. So I can't keep everything free. What do we feel is a fair price for lessons per lesson? We'll give like users their first 15 lessons free or their first 20 lessons free or so, something like that. And then we'll have to charge per lesson. And we'll just charge in raid coins so people can earn it in game and then, you know, they can, yeah, or they can buy raid coin if they want, or they can earn it in sponsored matches or by completing, you know, just different tasks and stuff like that. But I think having like a raid coin cost per node is fair because the company has to make money, right? Like that's the thing. So what do people feel is a good, fair price per lesson? One of the things I'd be looking for here on NQ is this right here. I want to leave some of the lessons free. I don't want to pay gate everything. Like I don't want to get into a thing where it's like, oh, well, you can make a bit more later lessons more expensive or more cheaper by increasing the cost of some of the front lessons. I don't like that. I will say that right now. I don't like that idea. I want to keep it the paywalls as low as possible with respect to still be like, okay, well, I can't just infinitely keep this free forever because it actually costs a lot of money. Go broke off of it. What do people think is let chart raiders come in free for us? Well, no, because that would just up the cost of coding, right? Like then we'd have to have different buckets and brackets for people and who belongs and who doesn't and what's fair and what's not. So I hear ya. Okay, so what is that? Well, like it's just got to have a static cost. It can't be like make 20 lessons free and the rest people can pay per lesson on what they want to watch. Like it would just be like after a certain amount, yeah, like kind of just after a certain amount of um lessons, like you say you give like 20 free lessons or whatever, what do you charge per lesson after that? Right? Like that's that's where I'm at. Like I need the community's opinion on this because you know it's not Chart Raiders monetization plan, but we also can't be swallowing like 200K a year in data costs for everybody. And that's just only with the people that we have on right now. Imagine when our audience grows 10, 20, 30 times. So we don't have that many people on Chart Raiders right now. There's like not that many, right? Because it's not, the paid matches aren't launched. And so like that cost is quickly going to creep to like over $1 million a year in data costs. So like there has to be some kind of offset there. There has to be, right? How many lessons are in total? I think we have 53 right now, and I plan to keep making more. So there's 53 right now, and I already have the next like 8 or 9 recorded. So there's like 8 or 9 recorded. There's 53 right now. Eventually, I would like to have the skill tree be a couple hundred lessons. So kind of, okay, so think about this. There's going to be different options in the future. There's going to be different paths you can take. Like if you want to be a swing trader, you can click a button that says show the swing path, and then it would just like reorganize the lessons and show which, like a skill tree path. It'd be the same lessons, it'd just be in like a different order to help people who want to do, and there might be like a few unique lessons to that path. So you'd have like toggle switches at the top, and it would be like, okay, I want to be a scalp trader, swing trader, position trader, or whatever, and it would reorganize lessons and it would unlock some unique ones to that path kind of thing. But all the ones you have already unlocked in the universal skill tree would just carry over. It's not like you're paying double. But eventually the skill tree will be this massive product that just has all the lessons. We're going to continue to grow more lessons. We're going to continue to add drills. We're going to do different type of skill paths that people can focus on certain things. We're going to have it where AI can assess what you're doing every single week, and that would just be free. It's just like a report, and it would tell you like what it recommends, stuff like that. So the skill tree will keep getting built. It's just we got to figure out what we're supposed to charge per lesson. So I need some feedback on that, or I'm just going to set the price. It'll be $50 a lesson if we don't get some feedback. No, but the data costs are real. Like all this aside, like, you know, the development's years and years of development, years of recording, and then years of just pushing on this thing, and then, you know, the data costs. Forget all the development costs. That's, you know, we've sunk millions into Chart Raiders. Forget the development costs. Just think of like the data costs every month, you know. Okay, what do we got going on with Bitcoin? I'm gonna take one more quick look at NQ here, just see what I think is going on. So do we have an hourly hold that can offset this anywhere? No. Do we have any 15-minute origins that can offset this anywhere? No. That's hard closed. No. Okay, so right now the 15-minute test would be what you're looking at, which is right here. Okay, so it's not hitting the break, it's actually laddering the hold. Okay, so this is important. This is the only thing protecting that 4 hours. So really right now your short would have to be on the 5-minute rat. Like your 5-minute rat, you can kill this. Nah, you know what? You don't want to kill that. You can kill this. You want that. Yes. Daily, it could ladder the 4, it could ladder the weekly. That's all fine. You've got the 15. You've got a 5-minute rat right here. This is going to be 11. Yeah, this is your short, I think, your 5-minute rat. I wonder if you could go up a little bit more in the move. Like, do you have any kind of higher architecture? Well, you do up here, but at that point you're getting back above this 4. So I don't think that's where you want to be on that 4. You've got the weekly, you've got the hourly there. The hourly rat is way up there. You don't want to be there. Yeah, you're going to be looking at this 5-minute rat. I don't think there's anything else even worth it. You could possibly get on this 15, but I would be a little skeptical of this 15 here. Right here, I'd be a little skeptical of that. Yeah, I'd be skeptical of that. I would just get the 5-minute rat. You're not doing anything with that 15. If you even get to get back up here. Yeah. No, we don't do old school bare metal. It's not stable enough. Could we chart BTC? Yeah, I'll chart BTC. It confuses a lot. Yeah, I agree. It's super confusing. If I want to long, what would it be? Like, you're talking about longing on NQ. I don't know. I think you would want to be more down here towards the bottom of this range, if it is even going to break up. I would say you'd want to ladder this reverse here. You've already laddered it because this break already hit, and then you laddered above that break. So this break would be your kind of like, okay, well, if you go down below that, you'd want to be laddering the reverse. You already tested it and then you laddered it again. I think your long would have to be here. I don't think there is any other long. You deep dive that 4. You might be able to sneak a combo reverse, but I don't know. That's there, so that's already been... That's already happened. The 15 minutes already happened as well. Yeah, like all your combos are tested here, so like you don't even have... I suppose you could try for this 15 again right here. This 3 minute above that, and go to the 5 as well. Yeah, you've got this 5 minute right here. I think this is your target for a long. If you're wanting to long the range, like this is where I would be doing it. Because this represents still moving up. So I would be right here. I would be longing this. This hourly's done, this 4 hours done. It's all combos to the 5. This is done on the 1 hour. You could reverse this. I don't think so. You're going to break that ladder point at that point. You could reverse this and range trend it. This is another good spot. Yeah, this is a decent spot. I think you got 2 trades there. I think you got this hourly as a reverse to create a range trend, polarize the move, and I think you've got this here. Testing that 4 hour right now to break the move. So that 15's dead. 15's irrelevant. Well, it's actually not, but yeah, I don't think it's gonna regain, but I would just take this off for now. But you know, you use this as a shield. If you're long on the 4, I wouldn't long on this 4. Daily rat deep dives here, holds a move, range trend. Yeah, that looks about right. That's the first buy, that's the second buy. The vault is free, yes. Vault is free, DTD, the book is free. Those 2 things are free. They won't be paywalled. There's no point in paywalling those. They're there to help people learn how to trade. We do some Bitcoin now. People are asking for GC1 gold. Wait, this is Gala. That's not. I gotta expand my thing. I can't see. GC1 gold. Yeah, gold's hit its level here. This is has been what it's been for a while. Let's just go to Bitcoin. I'm not looking at gold right now. Everything uses AWS these days, Tren. You could do private, but AWS is your safest bet. How do you determine the time frame of hold levels? I mean, if the hold level, for example, is a red candle, deeper valley, how do you figure out which time frame to use when you look at the valley? You're going to want to look at +1, -1. You're going to want to look at offsetting and masters and controllers to understand that. If you have a lot of lessons, you can't put the price higher. People will run away. Divided by the number of lessons. Well, so that's kind of what I was going to do. That equation ends up being somewhere between $5 and $15 per lesson. Having pay-gated lessons later on isn't going to stop people from joining chart raiders because they got to get through 15 lessons first. So that'll never be in the consideration for it. It's whether they want to learn to become better, and we've created resources that can't be, not every resource can be free. We work on getting most of the resources free, but not everything can be free, because think of it this way. If you're what would be the worst of 2 evils? Do you charge nothing for paid matches and up your match fees? Or sorry, I mean, do you charge nothing for the skill tree but then up your match fees? Would you rather that? Or would you rather have people who access, because that affects every user, and then that's bluntness, and that's where profits start to be like, ooh, we can make more money because not everybody uses the skill tree. And then when the skill tree is completely free, not everybody will use it because it devalues it. So you kind of have you kind of have like a barrier there, right? Because if you don't monetize skill tree, you have to up the fees per match. Right now, we're very proud to have $1 matches, right? Like you have a $10 entry fee, and the fee that you pay to trade for the entirety of the match is $1. If you had to double that or triple it to $2 or $3 to offset the cost of the skill tree, now you're charging more fees more often, and you're getting back into a model that's just like a profit-only model. So there's a balance between the company needs to survive and the company needs to be able to have like good profits in order to continue development and keep the service open, versus how do you make it the most accessible for everybody in the world. So that's why I don't like doing like a free skill tree type of thing, because if you do a free skill tree, then you're gonna have to start upping match fees. You see what I mean? And then everybody's constantly getting forced to pay a higher match fee, and it becomes more of like, oh, you know, all of a sudden you have like exponentially more profits, which is nothing wrong with that if you're building a business only to make profits. That's not what Chart Raiders is here for. Chart Raiders will make enough profits. We don't need to you know, sit there and charge more per match fee, like create a fee structure that's per match. We'll make enough money. That's not the problem. But you can't have parts of your business that lose money, right? Like you just can't do it. So that's what I mean. Like paying for some of the skill tree lessons is smarter, because it keeps the product cheaper overall, which is a big part of Chart Raiders, is creating that kind of space where you're not getting just smoked on fees, right? Perhaps a more premium price with discount hours or days could be a nice idea. Like you mean for matches? I don't want to segregate match architecture, because then you just get dead times and good times, and then you funnel everybody into the good times, and it's not. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do like a rolling fees. I like static fees. I like, this is your fee. This is what you pay. You pay $1 in fees per match. If you want to take 1,000 trades, take 1,000 trades. We pay for the data. That's fine. We're not asking people to, because every match we host costs money, right? Like every single match costs money in data. And so if a match costs $20 to run and we make $100 on a match, we have $80 of profit per match we run, or whatever the case is, right? Like it's just a quick example, but I definitely wouldn't want to skew that, because then it decentivizes people who aren't trading in those hours. It decentivizes like the general public. $10 to $15 a video if there was 200 to 250 videos. Yeah, so that's what I was thinking, like around the $10 range, $15 range, something like that. It's kind of where I landed on it when I did my breakdown. Okay, let's look at some Bitcoin while we talk about this. Bitcoin reversing the daily. Yeah. Deep dives the forum, misses that. Yeah, Bitcoin looks like it's still breaking down. You know, I know people online are saying that Bitcoin's going to be moving up, but until we break over this local move right here, I'm still of the opinion we're moving down. We have missed our weekly floating level ladder point. So like this is something I explained in mentorship yesterday, and I'll just do like a very quick, because it's not going to hurt anybody to know this. And it's not like I'm giving away mentorship secrets. Like I am, but there's still tons to know about it, so it's not going to piss anybody in mentorship off. Think of ladder points and floating levels as breaks and holds. Ladder points are hold levels, floats are breaks. So when you float a move, you're breaking the move. When you ladder it down, you're holding it down. So make that connection in your mind, that if you have a ladder point like this, ladder, that's a hold. If you have a float, which is this to this, and you create a floating level, like you use this to create a floating level down here, this is a break level, this is a hold level. So all I'm seeing is this price is still holding down off of the ladders, because you're going to have range trends that sit there and compress the move off polarity. And even if that polarity breaks, it's not breaking the whole range, it's just breaking that time frame, right? And that time frame breaking is just creating more and more and more. So right now we are more likely to move down than we are up. And the second that we gain a daily rat, so something like this, it's kind of cooked. It's over. So this is a pretty important piece right here. Chart Raiders got a bug right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like this liquidation bug that we're facing right now.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just market enters. I'm playing against 6 right now, so I just messaged to see.
Yeah, okay.
He's going through the same thing. But let us know for anyone listening.
Yeah, if anybody's having problems with the chart raiders matches right now, let us know. We're testing different server setups and configurations right now, so we're doing like a lot of different optimizations and bug fixing right now. So there is going to be some issues with it.
Yeah.
That's why it's also free right now. We're not doing paid matches.
Yeah, and dev's working really hard, and they're also like constantly pushing changes, right? So like it's gonna
Yep.
mess things up, but
Yep.
let us know. It's always better. Don't just assume that it's like not working. Let us know in case we don't know. I'd rather get too many messages.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I agree. Okay, we don't need this 4. We don't need this 1. We don't need this 15. We don't need that 4. We're going to just do a little bit of a clean chart here on Bitcoin. We don't need that. This would have been there. It's likely hard close. We're just going to redo all of this, actually. That 15 is fine. That 5 is fine. I want to understand what's been being tested. Let's leave this and check smaller time frames. This 5 won't be necessary. This 4 is necessary. Yeah, I think like something like $10 a lesson is fair. I think that's more than fair. I think 15 might be too much money for people. I think $10 a lesson strikes a nice balance between like cost to watch the videos, and since you can earn raid coin for free in the game as well, it's never really $10 a match. You just have to supplement whatever you don't have. So like if you were to take your 15 free matches and then you were to say supplement in some sponsored matches where we give out raid coin for free and stuff like that, and then you were to like pay for all the matches, I think the average ends up being less than $3 a match if you account for the 15 free matches. The 15 free, if it was 10, I would say actually it's probably closer to 5. I would say it's probably closer to half the price. So I think that's like a good balance to strike, because between giving free matches and then being able to reward people with raid coin, I think that was, I think that sets it around $5 a match, which is like insanely valuable. I think that's like a perfect metric, if you're asking me. So yeah, I agree with that. $10. 15 is like, I want as many people to. My goal with the skill tree is not to make money. It's just to offset data costs. So as long as we can do that, my number one thing is getting more people becoming more profitable in day trading. So that is the goal, like bar none, is getting more people profitable in day trading and creating systems. So I think that $10 per match is like the perfect, I think that's like the perfect balance point. Oh no, it would unlock the videos for good CMTA. It wouldn't be like a one-shot hit. If I do a one-shot hit, charge 100 per match, you just retire tomorrow. At some point too, we also have to start recovering some of the money spent on dev for chart raiders, because it's like $20, $30, $40,000 a month for years now. So you know, with no return on investment, zero. But I just carry that cost to develop something for us. So it's fine. It just, you know, it's at one point we have to like be like, okay, well, you know, there's got to be some kind of like recompense to that. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin. Yeah, I think right now, you do have, I believe you have a range trend here. I do believe we have this backside and it has been tested twice. That was the first test. That was the second test. Let's double check, make sure this is tested, because if it is, we've got a range trend, an active range trend. That is tested. You can see the reds just pushing through that yellow a little bit. And so you've got your second test here. You've got that there. This is hyper polarized. This is your level. You don't even fuck with the daily. This thing is going to either hold it. I would just long this range, but I don't think we're holding. But this is the big fucking moment right here. This is a big moment. This range trend will tell us if we're moving up indefinitely and breaking this range and we're getting back up to the 100K marks or the 90K marks. And if not, I think you lose that range, and I think you're back down around 53K. I think if you lose this, short of holding a weekly, because this break is already hit. That's the thing. The break is already hit. So when we look at this and we say, okay, we've got a break level on the weekly that has been hit. We have hit a daily break. So you do hit a daily break here. You hit a weekly break there. So you are escalating timeframes on break levels while trying to ladder price. So that's the number one thing. Number two is you haven't even gotten out of the high of that move, right? So like the high of this move creates a range that's more internal to this from here to here. So when you look at the range, you're saying, okay, which break levels have been hit? Well, we haven't actually floated the top of the move. We're actually just laddering down still. So laddering down means breaking the bottom side. So we're still laddering down. That's number one. Number two is we have a weekly. Not only do we have a daily test here, but now we have a weekly test. So we're escalating time frames up on break levels. So we are actually actively moving up on time frames in levels, while on the top side, never hitting the weekly mark. reversing the daily after hitting a 4. So after not being able to reach our target that would have equalized this into a Pandora's box, we actually laddered an escalating time frame, 4 hour into daily. Now if we lose this daily, which we don't care about the daily, we only care about this range trend because this polarizes the move. Yeah, the move likely gets crushed down. So yeah, then you're back down here at this 50 mark to see if you can reverse the move. If you can't reverse that move, you are resetting back down to this range down here at 43. I have been saying, fuck, I got so much flack for this 43K call out right here. I got so much flack online for this back in the day, and people are like, because I called 43. Like I said, we're going to move back to 43 when we were up in here, like above 100K, and they're like, haha, never. Huh, this aged well, didn't it? And then as soon as it started going down, people were like, haha, missed 43, didn't we? LOL. It's like, dude, the move's not fucking done. Like, we're going to reset back down to this range here if we can't hold this. And right now it looks like it is. I don't feel like we can continuously hold this part of the move. We've hit a break here. The break's already hit here. The break's already hit here. So when the collapse starts, it's going to fucking rip through all of these. And then it's just going to stabilize somewhere deep dive onto this, 39-ish areas, maybe some type of deep dive in here where you've back tested some type of polarity that held, and you can maybe either ladder that, hit this break, or just hit this, which I believe looks like it would be a 4 hour. Like it's kind of just there on the screen. I don't know what to tell people, and everybody was like, didn't age well. Give it time, fuck. It's gonna happen the next day. You know what I mean? Give it time, homie. Give it time, brev. So I don't know. I still think we're going down to this 43 mark and 53 as well. Wouldn't be shocked. And then ultimately, if we keep having downwards pressure, you go here. You go down to, what is this, 31? I don't, people laugh, but they also everybody bought Bitcoin when it was over 100K and it dropped to 60. We talked about it. So I don't know, people can laugh and say we'll never see those levels again. They also said that when we were at 20K and, before we dropped down to 3,500, and then they also said we'd never reach 15K again when we were up at 60. And my target was only $1,000 away. This dropped to 15. I was in the 14, 13 mark. It wasn't that far away. It could have hit this backside. Well, it couldn't hit that backside. It'd have to be this one, the 12K mark. But people are so ready to be like, it's never happening. But it's dude, it's just an opinion. You don't have to follow it. Just devise your own opinion. I'm good at charting, and if people like what I say, then I'm just gonna call it as I see it. You know what I mean? It's not like a bias. It's not. It's not like this thing where I'm hoping and praying. I don't care where it goes. I don't give a shit. I just trade on a day-to-day basis. I don't care. I never hold trades for more than 48 hours. There's no point. So I don't care where it is in a month or two. I'll just trade it all the same anyways. It makes no difference to me. I don't hold any crypto. It goes up, it goes up. I don't care. It goes down, it goes down. So I don't know. People get too obsessed with this bias that they have. A big problem in the trading industry, biases, right? People get obsessed with these biases that we're doing this for certain or we're doing that for certain. It doesn't work like that. So what about to unlock the whole tree for a discounted total price? I don't think we would do that, because then what does somebody pay one price now and in the future they get all unlocks as well? That would be difficult to do, because if the plan is to have 200 lessons total, you would have packages, right? So you get the first 50 lessons or so. You unlock the whole skill tree for that price. Same thing with silver. Yeah, it just, people get too obsessed with these biases in trading. Well, okay, so what happens when you introduce 50 new lessons then? Do they get those as well? So now are they paying a discounted rate? Are they paying too cheap for the entire skill tree? What about when there's 200 lessons? Somebody paid for the 50 lessons and they got all 200? Then they buy again. Then they'll say it's unfair because they already unlocked it once. And then you got to think of optics, customer optics, because then what they're going to say is they're going to be like, well, I already paid for it one time. Oh, you hit a reverse on the 1 hour. I see. That's important information. Then they're going to be like, oh, I already paid for it one time, so why would I pay for it again, right? Then people will say that. So then what do you do in that situation? You just give them free lessons? Then that's not fair for the people who didn't pay for it, and then you have to up the price on the next round, because then you're going to be giving more lessons for more unlocks. So then you have to, so I think that's, you're just creating too many scenarios where it's creating confusion for people, and I think you just avoid that. I think just having a flat price and not getting into discounts is just a smart play there. If it was static and we were never changing the skill tree, that's an easy decision to make. If every lesson is $10 and it would cost somebody I don't know, $300 to unlock it all, and your discount is $250. Sure, like easy if you're never changing things, but I think you just start to create like problems for certain demographics. I think you just avoid that right off the kicker. Okay, let's take a look at Bitcoin here. Okay, so we hit the 4, we laddered the daily, we hit the 4. What did we do on the bottom side for these 4-hour levels? We don't have any 4-hour levels yet. We actually hit this daily, reversed it, went back. We have this right here that was hit. So you do have a 4 here. So you do have this here, which is pretty important. So that's fine. You've got this here like that. You've got this 4-hour here. It hasn't reached the 4 hours. So this is actually offsetting this 4-hour break. So you actually need to gain a 15 and you're kind of Gucci, which you did. So you rebuy this 15, right? Or see what happens. How much time do you have left on this candle? 3 minutes. Okay, you got 3 minutes left. So let's just, okay, so what happened on the way down? So this hold level right there, moves up, back test this, back test moves up, reverses this one, right? This is the reverse target next. So you reverse that next. This is the reverse target. So this one here, gonna target this next reverse here. So that's your next reverse. So that's polarizing. Then do you go here? Do you go here? This doesn't actually have anything. That collapses the move. You already tested your breaks in here. I'm assuming there's an hourly break right there that you tested. There is. So there's an hourly break, which makes sense. Then you get the current 15 against the hourly. That drops. You drop one hourly. Where's that hourly? Let's take a look. So that's this hourly here. You drop that hourly off that 15. You go down, you're back up to this 15, rejecting the 15-minute level now. So that's, okay, so like your Pandora's box right now. So you can kill this, this, you can kill this, you copy, paste this guy. You got Pandora's box 15 to 15. Really, you don't want to be, okay, and then so in 17 minutes, you get the hourly rat right here. So you got this in 17 as well. You've actually already hit the hourly rat as well. So rejections target you've hit, as well as the 15. And then so this will be an origin that you can't get past if it is a 3 or a 5. There's the 5. Yeah, you can't get past this origin on the 5 then. So this will now be like this as the origin. So this is your max target right here in this 5 minute. If you never reach that, you're never moving up. Easy peasy. Backtest tries to go, new origin there, ladder this. You also get this as a reverse on the move, or the hourly, or that 5. So that 5 is your good, it's a good short. You hit that 5, you short down. What is this dotted line? That's the hourly rat. Okay, I want to know exactly where that hourly body is in 16 minutes because I need to know if it's going to be a rat or a hold. Okay, so we need this here, like this, like that, boom, boom, boom. Okay, we got hourly, hourly rat, hourly potential second rat. You got the highest target. You've got what's held it down on the 5. That's the -1. So it tries to break up. It gets the -1. Never does it reach the 15 up here. It does. So it reverses that. So you could actually go to this as well. So you could actually still be laddering the move down. Yeah, this looks like it's moving down still. You could hit this on the 15. Do you ever have an hourly? You can. You actually could have an hourly if you 16 minutes then go back up test. Then you can have an hourly range trend. I don't believe it. Okay, so there's your first target hit. There's that first 5 minute hit. Yeah, that's your first short target for sure. And then you're here next. This is already hit. Okay, so that's fine because that reverse is hit. You're on this reverse. This one is hit there. Then you're here. That's hit. You're here as a deep dive against the 5. Yeah, no, the 5 is the perfect trade. You already have it. I don't think this can do it. I don't even know if this can do it. I think at that point you'd want to be reversing something here, smaller time frame, -1 that. There's no -1 there. It's here, that's there, it's below. You're still -1 to that. You have no hourly. What about a 3? You've already tested this 3. That's the problem. So you go 15 up. You test this 3 right there. Now you're on this 15. Actually, you would be needing a 5, but the 5 is here. Yeah, okay, you know what? You could actually hit this. Fuck, it's already hit 2. 15, 5. It's already hit 2. Look at that. Perfect touches, dead. I guess you'd have to be here. You'd have to be on this break. Which ladders the move. Yeah, this sucks. So then can you be here? You can't be here. You've already tested that. We established that. You've already tested that 5. This is honestly the right 5. The one that we had on the screen was the right level. 15. I guess you could hit this break, but then to what point? You have to deep dive this 5. This 5 has been hit. Wait, what the fuck is this? Why is it there? Is that a 3 minute? What is this? That's a 1 minute break. Oh, no. We can't use a 1 minute break here. That's not going to do anything. So let's start here. You've got this 5 here. You've got that 5 there. This has already held the move down. So the ladder on the 5 is dead. So you can't actually use this one either. And this, yeah, I don't even think you can use this one. I suppose you have to be here. This is the only target, and you can deep dive that to what extent, though? You can deep dive it to this backside. So this backside is your target, and then this ladder is it. So your final target is here. Let's just, hopefully this hasn't been hit perfectly. Fuck, that's the one that's been hit. Okay, you can use that. So then you've got to be here, and then what protects that? It'll be a 3-minute hold that protects it. That reverse has already protected it. The 3-minute reverse is gone too. So then you ladder this. So then you're just right back at this 5. There's nothing left. The 5 is the short. Like, we already called that out. That's fine. That's a local chart. I'm looking if anything can break this up. You've got that. That's been tested there. So this has been tested there, but that 5 is tested no matter which way you put it. That 5's tested. This 1 is tested. So that's polarity. This 5 obviously polarizes the move. This is tested here. That's fine. Then you test the 5 again. So you test the ability to get over it. It holds it down on this candle here. Then you go back to here, test this. It front runs it a little bit, which is fine. It's already hit anyways. Then you've got your 1 minutes here, and you've got this here, which is also the 5. It lines up perfectly. So the only thing you can do is hit this 5. It's got to be this. It has to be this 5. It was the target we called out right from the start. It has to be. There's nothing left behind it. I suppose you could reverse this 1, this 15 at this point, and we need to see what that looks like on the 1 hour, because you've got your 1 hour rat right here. That's fine. You've got this. You've got like, I don't really like this break, if I'm being honest with you. That's a 15-minute break, and there's nothing left on that. So we could do a 15-minute break right here. I don't think you ever use that, because you used a 5-minute to hold it. That 15 would break the trail. 15, 15, 5. You can never get here, so kill that. You need to be able to hit this. You can't be making a break level potentially +1. It's not going to work out good for you. And right now, you also hitting that 5, you can't stop here. You can't hold there. You can't stop here. This is nothing. This 5-minute rat, I don't think is going to do anything. But yeah, if it stops here, you're fucking cooked, obviously. And then you Pandora's box like this. Right, then you're like that. So if you hit that 5, which is still ladders the move. So this is actually okay to hit. And then you get that hourly. We don't care about that hourly rat anymore. Now that we have the information we need, we don't care. And there's nothing there. This is a 15. So this is your target next is 15. So I would put my stop somewhere in front of this 15 or just above this 5. You'd be in a free trade right now. So if you're in this already because you took this 5, ooh, that's actually not bad. It's a nice little 100x profit. Quick. Yeah, sick. Yeah, the 5 is a trade, and the only thing can offset it is a 3. So like, I don't know. Maybe you just short this 3 here if you're not in, or this 15. Get this rat. Really, you want to see what this Pandora's box is doing. Really, you really want to see what like this Pando box is doing. Pando to here. This is really the play, but you know, fine. For right now, we're Pandoed to here, but then you want to expand your Pando to here. Message attracted. Chart some fucking charts, asshole. Stop talking about bullshit. And then he reverses the message. Is that what it was? I don't know. I don't really care either. I'm gonna catch up on chat for a minute here. It's purely chart raiders, man. I don't have time to trade. I barely have time to trade. Between mentorship and chart raiders, I'm working like 14, 15, 16 hours a day. I really don't have too much time to trade. I trade in mentorship, and I trade with people who are in mentorship. That's about as much as I do. Like we look at trades and I just advise on positions. That's as close to trading as I get these days. I just don't have time. I just don't have time. Like I'm, you know, up from 4 a.m. till 10 p.m. every night working on chart raiders all day long to get it ready for public launch. So I just don't have time. I don't know if I'll ever really trade that much again in my life. Maybe when things like I won't be able to trade on chart raiders. I'm not allowed. So that there's that. I can't trade on chart raiders. I think my focus will just be more to being in the development side of things, but yeah, I still do trading I do trading every day, but do I take trades? No, but I'm helping other people trade every day. So, you know, it keeps me pretty goddamn sharp. You know, we usually hit things pretty well, as you can see with a 5-minute level. Same with on the stream last time. We were pretty accurate in this 5-minute level. The sciences don't change. As long as you know them, they don't change. So yeah, I stay sharp, homie. You won't find me slipping. Not on the technicals. How do you determine time frame of the hold levels? I mean, if the hold is, for example, a red candle, the deeper value, how do you figure out which time frame to? So there's tested time frames. Go watch that lesson. Tested time frames in chart raiders. Maybe you can charge in bulk if someone wants like the logic flow and logic. So like you just have like sections that you charge for. Raid will always be locked to 10 cents per raid. It's not a coin. Raid is not a coin that's going to be on exchanges for sale. Raid is a coin for our own ecosystem. It's locked to 10 cents. So whatever the value is what it will be. Unless for some reason we have a reason to move the price, which I don't know why we would. There's no plans to bring it on exchanges. Although it would make a lot of sense on exchanges. I've had companies approach me, ask me to put raid coin on exchanges for large amounts of money. I don't see the value in it. I don't understand why anybody, like, I just don't see the benefit of putting it on an exchange. The benefit of the coin is that it has a real world use case. You can use it to play matches. So like that would give it a real world use case, but you know. Yeah, you can use a reverse level, default kiwi. No, they're not the same thing, Eugene. They are not the same level. They are not the same thing. Deep dives are when you push a level and open up reverses. Combo levels are trails typically. With tested time frame lesson, 15-minute wick is tested on the 1-minute candle. You can use the body. Yeah, that's so you're talking about reverse levels. Yeah, if the reverse levels are an option for sure. Like right now, this 15-minute is a reverse level. It's tested through. You could use a 5. You could use a 15. You're doing mostly NQ in gold. I just think when chart raiders is out, people will just migrate over to chart raiders. So like I'm not, you know, like okay, NQ gold. I would say like until paid matches are out, just you know, play or chart whatever you need, and then once chart raiders comes out, you just play on there. I don't see why anybody wouldn't. The amount of money you can make is infinitely higher than typical standard trading. The cost to make the money is lower. Like let's talk about that for a second. With chart raiders, the cost to make money is much lower. You know, you can turn $10 into $300 in 20 minutes on chart raiders, and it would only ever cost you $10, and the end result could be a potential $300 win. If you wanted to use $100 instead, in 20 minutes you could turn $100 into $3,000, and your only cost to do that is $100. So your return on ticket in chart raiders is insane. It's fucking insane. As soon as people see that live and they start to get their first payouts, they're gonna, like, people are gonna go crazy. They're gonna be like, why would I ever use anything else? If you're more trading like me, like when I trade, I use $2,000 to $10,000 per trade for my position sizing. For $1,000, I can make 30 grand in 20 minutes if I play a match and get first place in 20 minutes. And some match types are 20 minutes long. Some are 17 minutes long. We have a whole matchmaking system. And so when you tell me I can take $10 and in 17 minutes turn it into 300, that's like life-changing money for some people in some scenarios. That's enough to start a career. And you could do that once a day, every day of the week, $10 to 300, and you'd be making what, $2,000? If you can get first places, sure. If not, that's fine. You still make money for all the other places. Like second place still pays great. All the top 66 places get paid. So you won't even be losing money as long as you finish in the top 66. And if you're not finishing in the top 66, that's fine. You have things to learn. The system is absolutely beneficial to traders. So yeah, that's why I say, you know, when we're talking about like, what do we, you know, what instrument should we trade? Like, you know, honestly, I would just say whatever you're using right now, use it until proven otherwise. Just it's a temporary solution to a problem that's been ongoing in the industry forever. There's the one, there's the rat. Yeah, it's that 5-minute rat's going to try to hold it. For sure it will, and now you try to have to gain the 3. So if you gain this 3, the 5 might fail. Oh, good, the 5's not holding. That's good. So that's a thing. Like, I don't know which instrument to trade. Just hang in there till July. We got paid matches coming in July, and the paid matches that we have, like, that's the official launch of chart raiders. You know what I mean? I don't think it makes any sense to be worrying about which instrument, like to go and rescope your trading, to restructure the way you're making money, like adding new instruments or adding new asset classes or trying to like get it caught up. Like, look, if it's only going to cost you a minimal amount of effort to do so, do it. And then just like once Chart Raiders comes out, swap. But like when Chart Raiders comes out, it's kind of a moot point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really think people like Chart Raiders is the future of trading. Gamified day trading is the future of trading, right? Like that is the future of day trading. It's just, you need to be able to give people ways to make money. And not only did we solve that, but we reduced fees by like 99%. We reduced industry fees by 99% and just took all those fees that we as a company would make instead of an exchange and just funnel them back into players. Because like if you look at your trading history, go look at how much money you've paid in fees. There is a reason. I want everybody to realize this. There is a reason why exchanges don't have an option, a simple export option to see how much fees you pay. By law, it's deeply embedded into a certain type of Excel sheet that you have to be able to like select certain options, export a certain type of Excel sheet, ask for it to include all the fees on certain options. And like, it's a motherfucker to get your fees listed out. If you look at how much fees you guys are paying on a year-to-year basis, I've looked at many people's trading sheets. Sometimes I see like hundreds of thousands of dollars in fees for people who make like 30 grand. I'm like, what the fuck? And like, it's bad. It's bad. So, you know, it is very disheartening, but it's, you know, the exchanges don't want you to know how much money you've actually paid them in fees. But when I trade and I'm doing like a $2,000 position, sometimes I close a trade with a limit order and I'm paying like $400 in fees for a limit open, limit close. And it's like, oh, here's $2,000 of profit, but $200 of fees on each side. Like, sick. You guys just gouged me for $400 fucking dollars. Like that's not necessary. Fuck, that could pay my data for the entire year for what I use and still leave them with profit. My data for the entire year, if I'm sitting on Binance every single day, my data for the entire year is probably $50 the way they have it set up through Excel sheets. It's probably $50 for the entire year. In one trade, I'm paying 400. It's gross. But this is why we have such lucrative payouts, because we don't swallow those fees. We charge a flat rate. It's, you want to enter a match, you pay us $1 to host the match. It helps pay for the data. Your data is costing, you being in that match is costing us somewhere between 20 and 50 cents. So like, we're just asking you to cut the cost of the data with us. That's all we ask. You know what I mean? So like, because we did that, because of that, it's also taken 5 years to develop this type of structure and system. But because of that, we don't have fucking like these ridiculous fees, but that money goes back to the players. So like, take $10, turn it into 300. Take 100, turn it into 3K. 3K. Take $1,000 match type, turn it into 30 grand in one match. Like, that's insane. You know, it's like, I know I'm plugging Chart Raiders a bit right now, but as I should, because it's going to change the industry. Yeah, right now we're just seeing what's happening with this. You really have one ladder here, a lower range down there. I think Bitcoin's just gonna like fail this range here. Since you mentioned BTC weekly around 65K already hit, so now it's an origin, so it will most likely hold to prevent it from dropping further then. So you're talking about this origin down, like you're talking about weekly origin. Like, are you talking about this guy here, the one I don't have marked, like this one right here? We talking about this? I think you're talking about this. Just let me know if you are. Will paid matches be available worldwide from July? Yes. There are some places we can't launch paid matches, but it is very select. Like, there are some states in the US that we can't launch paid matches. So we have to geofence those matches, but you know, and we do our best to have VPN blockers and stuff like that, but you know, we can't force people to not, like, if they want to use a VPN and skirt our services. Like, we do have some geofence locations that are typically the states, certain states in the United States, but worldwide availability, yes, unless we have to not put it on due to local laws. But we also, and we do employ VPN blocking, but also VPN blocking doesn't work. Like, we've been testing VPN blocking and it works, but we also can't, we can never know who's using a VPN or not. It's not within a skill set that we have. So like, if people VPN in and they're not supposed to be playing, like, we can't stop that. We advise against it, but at the end of the day, we can't, you know, if you want to use a VPN, you use a VPN, and we do have, again, VPN blockers, but you know, they only work so well too because people are smart. So yes, we're available worldwide with some geofence restrictions. You know, that'll work how it needs to work for each individual user on their own. No, the one around 65K you're talking about? Okay, let me go take a look. 58K, you're talking about, okay, 65K, we're talking about this here. 67K, we've got this here, we've got this here, I can't see that. So 65K, you're talking around this price. I think you're talking about this weekly origin right here. You could be talking about this one as a 67. I wouldn't be using this one. I would be using more the localized one since we can deep dive this weekly level here. Like you do have a weekly reverse that you could hit and hold. Like it has been holding this, but it also did dive deeper in the range to go attack other levels. So you're 65.2, a weekly origin around 65.2. What's the date stamp on that, homie? Because I'm not seeing like this. No, that's 64. So it has to be above this. I'm not. This one right here, the one that I asked about and I marked, this one right here is the only thing I can see at like 65.2 range. Can this hold it up is what you're asking. I think this is the one. This one here, and what is your question? Your question is, so now it's an origin, so it'll most likely hold to prevent it from dropping further. It can. You can absolutely hit the origin and ladder the move, but I think when you get down there, you're testing the charts breaking down. So I think when you get down here, like this is answering the question, like, are we going to be able to break down? I don't know. You can honestly just go and do something like this, and if it helps you see the charts better like this, like when you get above this, right? Let's take this range box off so we can actually see what the hell we're doing. You know, I think when you look at this and you're getting above this level here, you know, I think if you start to ladder off of this right here, like what I've been talking about, if you've got, you know, just flip your charts and it becomes pretty clear. You've got this here, ladders to here next, ladders to here next. You know, when you start getting over top of that and you start testing up here, if you start holding this level here, you know, you're laddering down, but then creating, you know, levels above this, and it's eventually hard closing, you're just gonna spike. You're just gonna fucking rip, right? Like you're gonna rip to one of these other ranges. Like, I don't know, my assumption is it rips to here to float off of this, and then long term you can see that support the move. I could see it going to here too as well, and I could see it deep diving this, and I could see it going after something also like this to see if it's gonna break, and I could also see it, you know, like how high up in the move are you wanting to test? I think that's what we need to see, and until we see something actually substantial hold this chart, I don't think there's, you know, you also have this here, so like what, maybe you hit this 50K level and ladder off this, but I think if you start getting around this level again and you start, you know, close, like could it hold? Yeah, because it could say, look, you could do this, you could say ladder, then the next ladder, and you could be in a ladder right now like that. That could also be true. All of these scenarios could be true, but until we get closer and see what levels held us down, we can't possibly know. All we can know right now is that there's a range like this right here. This range is laddering the move, so it's holding the move, and you are starting to lose, and on this side you've already hit some pretty significant break levels here and here. You've hit significant break levels. So you not only have you hit significant break levels, number one, you're still laddering against those break levels that you're hitting. So you're being told, hey, we are breaking the charts past this. Hey, we are breaking the charts past this, and we are laddering to confirm that. So I mean, I don't know, for me the writing's kind of on the wall. Now, can some localized moves offset that and start to get over this ladder point and this ladder point and then create something where they can hold back and start, you know, reversing? Sure, but we're not there. Right now, we're hitting break levels on this side of the chart, which is the bottom side because we're flipped, and we're still laddering towards them. So I don't know, for right now, it's dumping. But you know, could that offset happen and you create a range and hold it? Like you go here on the daily, you do this, go to the daily. Could you all of a sudden make some kind of reverse range off of this and then go test this and then, you know, get above that ladder point and, you know, test this again and, you know, get above that ladder point again and then start laddering off something like this to get over that? Sure. But we're not there yet. It's not there yet. Like go to the local timeframes and just play it as you see it, right? 15 to the 5-minute rat to the 15. We're still moving down. The 15 can't even get above the 5-minute rat. Yeah, we're still holding down. We're still breaking down. If it can't even get over its own, if it can't, because this 5 minute will offset this 15. This 15 is trying to hold, this 5 will offset it, right? That's why we had the 3 up there. You know, right now it's the 3 minute is holding that 5, so ladder off of that locally, continue to hold this 5. This 5 minute right here, like this 5 offsets this 15. This 5 can't gain if it can't get past the 3 minute hold level, and so that's what we're seeing right now. So you can't get past the 3 minute hold level, you are laddering the move down, and you're not able to gain the 5 minute that would have offset this. So this is the chain, right? You've got a 15 minute level here. This can get stopped by this. This will fail off of this. The 3 minute attacks the 5. The 5 was never able to gain because the 3 minute is holding the 5. You're still under the 5, and now you're saying, okay, in order to get over the 5, you have to do something on the 3 minute. So then your 3 minute rat right here would be your next short if this is going to break down. You could also go and hit that 5 again, but really you want to be under this 3 minute rat. So you're just using offsets to see what's happening on the markets, but you're still moving down off of this, right? And then you might even have a 1 minute in here somewhere that's like, okay, well, you know, typically you'll make a break level here, but it's still moving down. The only saving grace is it's, you know, 3 moves down here, you've set 1 ladder point up, but that doesn't, it's 1 minute time frames, it's not that valuable. The most important thing is you close over top of this 5 in 3 minutes, and you know, if you can do that in 3 minutes, then maybe you can have a little move up to the this right here, but until then you're just still laddering off this 3, which is just stopping the 5 from developing to offset this. This 5 minute getting above it kills this 15. This 3 minute kills this 5. If this 5 gets killed, this is also dead because this 15 was trying to hold that offset, right? So right now it just looks like it's moving down still until we're showing otherwise off these ladder points. When is Chart Raiders going to be available on Mac? We're going to start Mac development this year. It should only take us maybe a month to get the Mac swap over done. It's a lot easier than we initially thought. So yeah, we'll have it on Mac sometime, hopefully this year, but we're also going to do a push into Linux because I do think Linux is the operating system that people will gravitate towards in the future, like maybe Libra or something.
If you have a Mac, you could VM it though. So
Yeah.
you don't have to wait.
Yeah, you could just virtual machine it, like dual boot your Mac into, you just dual boot it, just dual boot Mac Windows so you don't have to wait. Just partition, you know, I don't know, 50 gigs of your hard drive into a dual boot it, and just play on that, and then just, you know, log in back into your Mac OS. That's pretty simple. We're going to be getting off stream in a few minutes here. I got to go work on Chart Raiders, but any final questions we have, hit me with them, and then we'll be back again on Thursday to stream. This 5 minute short that we took is, or that we called out, is pretty decent so far. So far, 50%. You know, it's still moving down. You know, maybe 70, maybe even down below this hourly. Maybe you crush the range. That 5 minute actually ends up being from here to around here. It's possible, for sure it is. And if this doesn't hold, obviously it's going down even further. Still fighting that 5 minute level here. It really doesn't want to give up on this push, but it's just, it can't get over that rat. It's just moving down against that rat. You know, scary part is when you gain the 5 minute rat on the other side. Like first it was here, it held, right? Like that's the first rat on the other side. You know, and then in 55 seconds, it's going to be here. So, you know, if this can't get above this in this next 1 minute, I would look to see if you can break this down. Yeah, this 1 minute is going to be the push to try to break the level because this rat is about to establish. If it can't get above this, you're going to see a test on this rat. And if it can't hold this rat here, you're fucking cooked. Because right now it's a battle between which 5 minute level can hold the 15. This 15 minute is being supported by 2 5 minute levels. This one will hold it down for the future. This one will crush it. I'll stay to see what happens in this 1 minute candle close here, because this will be like this is the big kahuna. The only thing I would be worried about is if you go below this, close, and then you create like like this rat would move from here. Come on. This rat would move from here to like there, and then what you would do is you just go touch this 15, move up here, get a little bit over it, and you're good to fly. So that's a one scenario I'd be looking at, but it didn't happen. So now you have a rat here, unless it, again, like I said, unless it like floats between these two for a few minutes, you're kind of screwed on the shorts anyways. See if it's going to ladder up again against this 5, or if it's going to break its internal ladder and move against rat. I would assume it's going to break its internal ladder and move against the rat. You might see like a big spike. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was expecting. Like a bigger spike because it's trying to hold the ladder point. And then it's like spiked down past the 5. And now if you get below this, you're cookered. Yeah, so this is going to start really crushing the move if you get below this ladder point. Oof. Because now you need a 3 minute. So now you've diminished this 5 minute to here on this 3. So actually you've gone like this. Yeah, see what I mean? It loses that rat. It's going to go straight for the 15 to try to hold it. I don't know if it can. You'd almost want to short this 5 minute here. Or you could actually even short the 5 minute here rat. Like if it holds, you go here, hit that rat, and it just pummels. That's dead now. This you move to here. This you can kill. You don't need that 3. Hits that 15 again, trying to offset on that 5. But I don't think it's going to happen. See what I mean? Like that was the thing. Remember I said it was about to spike down. Whew. See, I don't need to trade to still have it. We still got it, yo. We called out this 5 minute short right here earlier.
Did you?
This one right here. We're like, yeah, this is the level. And then
Bam.
Yeah.
Damn. Should have NQ'd it.
Should I
NQ
include
or
it?
Bitcoin?
This is Bitcoin.
I didn't even.
Good old BTC. Ayo, GG's. GG, homie. Who's excited for paid matches? Who here is going to be paying? Like, before I go, I need to know. Give me a hit of energy. Who's going to be playing paid matches when they? Give me the hit. Who's going to be playing paid matches as soon as they come out? I want to know. Oh, it's trying to hold this. Son of a bitch. Gets here, goes to there. Oof. What a comeback. You're actually might be back right here again. You are back here still. I was preemptive. You'll play paid Bonga Pop? Hell yeah. We got one person. We'll have one user on Chart Raiders paid matches. Let's go, Bonga Pop. Oh, we got 2. Adam is there. There's also a stream delay, pretty bad one, so.
Is there?
Yeah. Well, it's just natural. I don't have one set, but there's like sometimes 15, 20, 30 seconds depending on the servers that it's routing through.
Yeah, okay.
It might even be longer just because we're dual streaming on YouTube and Twitch, so I might actually have to go through like a crazy refeed.
A super loop.
Super loop, soup the loop. Okay, everybody, that's it for me streaming today. I will be back on Thursday. Hopefully you all took that 5 minute level, and good luck if you did. And if not, catch the next one on Thursday. Cheers, everyone.